Good afternoon. Today is Monday. It's 1:52 p.m. Eastern Time. I have decided today to do my 17th episode for my podcast, Rob's Cast. It's going to be a great podcast today. Very happy that I've gotten my health back together and that I'm able to make podcast episodes again. We got a lot of great, interesting topics to talk about today. Stay tuned. Truly appreciate all of my fans' support. If you could please share my podcast so I can increase my fan base and be able to influence more people, that would be greatly appreciated. The main focus for today's episode is going to be on your friendship circle and also your discipline and your habits that lead to success. This year, in 2026, I've had a lot of great successes. I've had a couple of setbacks, but overall, it's been a great 2026. But as you become more successful, I didn't think this was going to happen to me as much, but it has happened where I've had to make tough, difficult decisions to remove people from my friendship circle who don't meet my values and bring negativity or try to take advantage of a situation. It's never fun dealing with situations like that, but sometimes you gotta make the tough, difficult decisions to remove certain individuals from your life. My advice to people going through similar situations that I have dealt with this year: never do it on emotion. Always give yourself a little bit of time to think about it before you do it, just so you can make the best overall decision for what you are dealing with. Because when you are emotional, sometimes you can make an impulsive decision that you didn't have to make, and it's always best to do it on a clear, focused mind. What I'm going to get into today is it's very important for you to become a successful person. You have to have a good circle around you. You have to network. You have to expand your circle. You have to meet people, but you also have to be vetting them to make sure they're the right influences. You can't just let anyone in your circle, and I am good at that. But sometimes you make mistakes, and it's part of life. When you make mistakes, you learn from it, you take home the valuable lesson, and you move on. But it's very important that you just don't have a willy-nilliness to just be friends with everyone, because you're not going to be a successful person, and you're going to meet people that have negativity and just want to take advantage of you, and you just don't want to deal with that. Unfortunately, I've had a couple of people in my life this year that were like that, and I unfortunately had to remove them from my circle. It sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do. Have the growth mindset. Become 1% better. It's those disciplined habits and mindset. It's going to take you to the next level. Get a boxing workout in. Join a gym. Hire a personal trainer. Take the next step. Don't just be okay with being average. Be extraordinary. Strive to be the visionary leader that changes the generational trajectory and breaks generational curses in your family. Find that edge to get better. And I recorded a video a couple of minutes ago before I got onto the podcast episode, and I was talking about how most people, when it's already Monday, they're counting down to Friday. Winners, they're focusing on how to level up, how to invest in themselves now. It's not what you got planned tomorrow, the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year, the next 10 years. It's what you're doing now that separates you apart. Talk is great, but work equals the results. You have to put in the work. You can be a great oral communicator, but if you have no work ethic, no discipline, nothing's going to change. Remember that. When I was 18 years old, I was a big talker, but I really didn't understand the aspects about work ethic, discipline. I was a lost kid, and then I met some people who took me under their wing. They mentored me, and over the next couple years, I really developed and became a great person, a great individual, very motivated, very driven, and focused on my vision of building a real estate empire that creates passive income, financial freedom, generational wealth, and able to serve the community through a philanthropic foundation. Those are the type of people you want in your life. Bold individuals, bold thinkers, someone that has the can-do attitude. I can do this. I can do that. With this game plan and necessary adjustments, I can get there. Obstacles, it's okay. I'm going to break through the wall and get through it. Those are the type of people you want. Not someone that's constantly being like, hey, I need $1,000. I don't want to work. Can you bail me out? No. Get rid of those people. The frickin' moochers, the lazy, the cancers to society. Be bold. Be ambitious. And this isn't for someone that's not capable of working. This is for the people that are capable of working and choose not to work. So for people that have legitimate disabilities and they're not able to work, it's for people like me to help them out in society and make sure they have a great life and they're taken care of. But if you're an able-bodied adult, start a business, get a job, invest in yourself. Don't just sit on the couch eating cheese puffs and expect a handout. It's about the growth mindset, becoming 1% better. And freedom and opportunity and the libertarian ideals, it's what made the United States great. Freedom and opportunity. That's why so many immigrants from around the world want to come to the United States, because it's the greatest country in the world. We have great opportunity. We're not a perfect country. We never will be. But there's a lot of opportunity here there. And as I talked about on my last podcast, have the immigrant mindset and mentality that you're never satisfied. You want more. You want to build your dream life. What I see a lot in young adults today is they just go to college. They're okay with making $60,000 to $80,000 a year, being in the middle class. That's the average 99%. I'm not average. I'm extraordinary. I want to be a billionaire, have a philanthropic foundation, have a hotel named after Rob Kraft, be a real estate developer, have a legacy, have a vision, be bold. But to be bold, you got to take a lot of risks. You got to have a lot of sleepless nights. Recently, for the past month, I've only been getting a couple hours of sleep a night because my bold visions, it's keeping me thinking at night. And for a lot of people, they'd be going to the doctors because of that. Me, I'm grinding and I'm focused on becoming the best version of myself. That's what separates me versus everyone else. It's my work ethic, it's my mindset, it's my motivation, it's my discipline. Life has not been easy for me the past couple of months. I've had some challenges that I've dealt with. It's how I respond. That is the message I want to hammer home to my friends, supporters, and anyone watching this episode today. Everyone has challenges. Don't be a complainer. understand that there's someone who wants to be in your situation because they're in a lot worse situation themselves. Don't have that poor me attitude. Yes, you may have challenges, but you can turn those challenges around and turn them into greatness. It's going to take time, it's going to take effort, and sometimes you may have to reach out to medical experts or whoever you need to fix something. But do what you have to do. Another thing I want to add, I see so many young kids that were like the old me when I was 17, 18 years old, and we need more men and women in today's society that can guide people into the right direction and show them the way. Because there's people, they have good intentions, they really want it, they just don't know what to do. And I used to be that person. And now my life's calling and mission is just to help someone get their life turned around, get back going again, and to achieve their dream life and vision. One of the best sayings I've ever heard is, it's not how you respond to being knocked out, it's getting back up. It hurts, but you got to get back up and keep moving forward. I am very big on going on outside walks, and one of my main vocal points is keep stepping forward. Don't step backwards. If you walk 7 miles, take an extra step the next day. Don't take one less step. You got to keep striving for more. You lose 5 pounds, strive to lose 10 pounds. Don't be just satisfied losing 5 pounds and say, oh, I lost 5 pounds, that's good and that's it. That's what 99% of people do. Be the 1%, embrace the 1% growth mindset. And another important thing, today, as you can see, I'm in my sports coat. I got my suit, my tie on with a nice dress shirt and some leather Mangione shoes. I wish I could show you the Mangione shoes, but the camera isn't showing the angle. You have to dress for success. When you network with people, get a nice haircut, trim your beard so it's lined up, get a nice sports coat. You got to invest in yourself. I've spent over $10,000 on all of the suits and nice clothes I've had. Some people told me it's a waste of money. Why did you invest in that? It's not a waste of money. It's an investment in myself, and it's opened a lot of doors and connections. You can't just look at the upfront cost. You have to look at the ROI, which is the return on investment. So many people I know are just about saving pennies, and look, saving money is great, but you also have to look at the ROI, the return on investment. If you just save 1 penny, but you get nothing in return, whereas option B, you can save 1 penny and then get a 20% return, you're going to choose option B because you're saving money and you're getting that 20% upside. The moral of the story is, most people, they're just looking at the first part. Oh, I saved this, but I'm not thinking about the other stuff involved with the decision. Don't just look at the cost. Look at the cost and the return on investment along with the upside. There were times in my life, especially in my early 20s, where I looked at just the cost. Oh, I saved this, but I didn't look at the other part. And then one of my mentors is like, you also got to look at the return on investment. And that has really helped me with my mindset and with my decision-making process. I'm not perfect. I've made mistakes. We've all made mistakes. No one's perfect. but it significantly improved my decision-making process. I hope the words of wisdom helped you on this Monday afternoon. I know it's Monday. I'm going to say this again. If you've had a rough start to the week, which sometimes Monday mornings, they can be rough, it's okay. But with your mindset, your motivation and discipline, you can turn around the rest of the week and make it a great week. Don't have a negative attitude. Embrace positivity. Embrace the growth mindset. Have the can-do attitude. Become 1% better. You have a bad moment, take 30 seconds to a minute to let it be removed from your mind. Move on. Focus on the things that are going well in your life and make the necessary adjustments to correct the nuances and turn them into success as well. Life is hard. There's obstacles. We all have our moments where we fall a little short. But when you do, move on from it. Keep moving forward. It's that simple. I love just being a great person. Just helping people become the best version. It's just my calling. Like the Los Angeles Dodgers, they're a great team. They play with a lot of energy. Unfortunately, I don't have my Dodger hat with me. As all my fans know, big Dodger fan. I am going to the Dodger game at Comerica Park on Friday, August 28th. Gonna support my Dodgers, Ohtani, Yamamoto, Freeman. Just a great team. I love Dave Roberts as a manager. Just love the spirit and the community. The Dodgers as a franchise, they embrace the growth mindset. The winners, they do what it takes to assemble a winning team. You may not like the Dodgers in the MLB, and that's fine, but I want you to take home this valuable lesson. Do whatever it takes to win. And that is what the Dodgers do when they assemble the winning roster each and every season. And that's why the loser teams in the MLB, they want to change the rules because they don't want to do what the Dodgers do to win. And the moral of the story is, if you don't put in the work, you're not going to see the success. Put in the work like the Los Angeles Dodgers. My biggest piece of advice to a 17-year-old that is about to graduate high school: sit down with a mentor, develop a game plan, and talk to someone that has done what you want to do at a very high level of success. Don't just talk to your school counselor. A lot of the school counselors, they're great people. They're very nice. But to be honest, from my experience, they're not the right people to talk to achieve your game plan for success. Talk to someone that has done whatever you want to do, whether it's a real estate, running a car wash, becoming a nurse, becoming a doctor, marketing, becoming in the NBA, or whatever you want to do. Reach out to someone at a very high level of success. Because if you do that, even if they only spend 5 minutes with you, listen during that 5 minutes and ask a few very important questions. And from that feedback you receive, you're going to learn lessons that's going to help you move along in life and whatever you want to do to be successful. When you're 17 years old, I was like this myself. I was arrogant. I was cocky. I thought I knew everything. And I'm going to be honest with you. Looking back at it now, I was washed up back then. And when you're 17, you don't know anything. It's great to be confident. But when you're young, you don't know everything. People that are older in life, they're not always right, but many times they have valuable insights and lessons because they've been around longer. They've experienced different situations. They've seen situations unfold, and they're able to pick it out before you do because they've seen the end of the trail before. My message to high schoolers, be confident, be bold. That's great. But also be coachable. Be willing to network with people who have achieved it at a high level. I want you to be successful. I want the young generation from 2007 to 2009 to be successful because they have a very bright future. A lot of people in my generation, unfortunately, some of them have passed away due to poor life choices and going down the wrong path. And I don't want to see that happen to the next generation. If you're watching this video and you're in high school and you want someone to mentor you and help you become successful, and you have any questions, reach out to me. Leave a comment on my TikTok and YouTube channel, and I will happily help you because I want to see you win. I want to see you succeed. I'm on your team. You may not have a lot of friends right now. I didn't have a lot of good friends in high school, and it's okay. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, while everyone else doubted you, you can become the biggest winner and start a philanthropic foundation and be the top dog in your field and whatever you do. Be great. Be extraordinary. Be a leader. Be a visionary. Make the tough, difficult decisions, and you will see success. Today was a little bit of a shorter episode. I truly enjoyed recording the episode. I decided to do this episode less than 30 minutes ago. I was very passionate and focused on this topic, and I just wanted to deliver an episode. I would love to hear your feedback, whether it's positive, negative, neutral. I value feedback so I can become better at making content, making my podcast a better experience. Growth mindset, 1% better. Truly appreciate your support. Have a great Monday. Let's dominate the rest of the week.